We are just about ready for round one, the 91 Shell Australian Touring Car Championship. Let's check out the grid for you. Stand by for action. Jimmy Richards in the number one Nissan GT-R and teammate Mark Skaife. The 91 season is racing, and it's Mark Skaife and Win Percy who just bounces out in between the Sierras and looks for third place as they come down to the left hand. A crowd absolutely beside itself as they all go fighting for racing room through turn number one. Now up towards the M's. And as you can see, it'll be Mark Skaife leading from Jimmy Richards. Next is Dick Johnson, then followed by Win Percy, John Bowe, Glenn Seaton is the next one through. And a great start there by Peter Brock in 05 as they come up the back straight. Look at these two Nissan supercars just run away from the fleet.
Yeah, they really are missiles, these Nissans, streaking away up the back straight the first time around. Richards over 0.6 of a second quicker than Johnson in official qualifying. And as you can see, he's already pulling out a gap on this first lap. They are super quick, these Nissans.
Yeah, great start from cars 1 and 2. Jim and Mark getting away cleanly. Good start from Win Percy, who split the Sierras momentarily. Through the S's now. Tricky run onto the main straight. It's Nissan GT-R 1-2, the reigning champion in the top spot. Win Percy in 4th position, splitting the two Shell Sierras. Then we've got Glenn Seaton. And quite a large gap back to the next group of cars. Richards, Skaife, gap back to Johnson, Percy, Bowe, Seaton, a big gap back to Colin Bond, Kevin Waldock, Peter Brock, Tony Longhurst, Larry Perkins and Mark Gibbs.
I guess as we expected, coming down towards the M's again. And you can see Dick Johnson with Win Percy right behind him. Actually, Win has found himself in the middle of a Shell Sierra sandwich at this stage. Glenn Seaton sits just in behind Johnson. And the Peter Jackson Sierra, or Bowe I should say, as they make their way up the back straight again. One guy who apparently is having some problem, Peter Brock, who made a good start. He's heading up behind Kevin Waldock, I believe it is. Was position 9. It has dropped a position or two there. Keep an eye today on the Benson and Hedges BMWs, Tony Longhurst and Alan Jones. Very warm day here at Sandown. If some of these heavier cars feel the pinch in the tyre department, I think we could expect to see the BMs in maybe the last 15 or 16 laps of this race.
Yeah, well, these BMs and the Mobil Commodores run together for the early part of the race, at least. They are fairly close in qualifying times.
Haven't had a great deal of time for development as John Bowe slips inside team leader Dick Johnson. As you can see, Glenn Seaton has been able to get by Win Percy. We'll see whether or not Glenn can haul in the two Shell cars.
Yeah, Glenn's been very busy over the summer period, particularly with engine development with his father who builds the engine basically. And he's pretty confident he's getting somewhere up around the sort of horsepower Dick Johnson's developing in the Shell cars. And if that's the case, we should see Glenn climbing onto the back of these ones in a few laps' time.
Thanks to Richard and Dunlop, we'll have a closer look for you.
Dick would be hoping that'll snap off, or the marshals won't like that, but it comes past a couple of times.
Well, it's not going to do anything, but you're right. Aerodynamically, you wouldn't know. Minuscule, perhaps, but it's been enough for John Bowe, whatever the problem is that Dick is having at the moment for Bowe to get away.
And while Bowe's been going away, Seaton slowly climbing onto the back of Johnson, so Johnson may have a problem here.
But we've got a problem for Glenn Seaton, just almost at the finishing line. A rear end problem by the look of it. Seaton is going to stop right on the finishing line, so Glenn Seaton's race is well and truly over.
This is Alan Jones, 1980 World Formula 1 champion, driving the BMW M3 for the first time.
Oh, look at the move down here by AJ.
I think AJ's just getting a little bit of practice in for when the touring car circus gets to some of the tighter tracks, and that's when the BM will really come into its own.
Looks like the guy in the BMW is keeping you fairly busy, Pete.
Yeah, I've sort of, my brakes are a little bit going, and the right-hand rear tyre is saying, thank you very much, I've done enough Sunday driving at the stage, so I'm trying to understeer it through this corner, for instance, to take the weight off it, but I can look in the mirror there, and Tony is, here he goes. Let him go, because I was holding him up. But I changed back to first there in anticipation. As soon as he did that, so for the viewers there, I don't normally use first gear on that corner, but at the moment I'm in a bit of a limp home mode, unfortunately. I'm still looking pretty good. I think the car's very nice, but the temperature is absolutely beyond the car's capability of getting rid of it.
Oh, we thought it was just you young, impetuous blokes are hard on cars.
Yeah, but you know what, Crompton?
What?
I'm actually in a racing car.
You got one up on me. That's it, I'm not talking anymore. See you later.
Okay, mate.
So 2 Nissans, 2 Sierras and a Holden making the top 5. And then Win Percy with about the length of the back straight on Tony Longhurst, who's now past Colin Bond.
So as they head up towards the bridge, watch at the speed here. Past Tony Longhurst on the outside goes Jimmy Richards. Caught that on our Nissan race cam.
But if there was room, then the BMW would monster the Nissan here. And
Yes, what's this?
There is room. Cop that, Richo.
Just to have some fun.
Well, I understand that team manager Frank Gardner's in the pits at the moment. Frank, Neil Crompton here. Your boy's doing a great job.
Yeah, they're a great little car, and young Tony's enjoying himself. We usually start at the front and work slowly backwards, but today we've started at the back and worked slowly forward, so it's a bit of a change.
Coming up now in the second of the Mobil VN Commodores, car number 11, sitting in behind Kevin Waldock as they go through there. Larry, the man responsible for the preparation of the 2 Mobil cars. Perkins now running 14th in the field, so it hasn't been the best of days for Larry and Peter. However, they have done a great job in getting 2 brand spanking new cars up and running, and they will get quicker and become more competitive as the Touring Car Championship continues.
Hello.
Oh, problems for Tony Longhurst, car number 25.
And what's going on here?
He's got a flat tyre, has he?
It looks to be sitting down on one side, though.
Yeah, that's what I thought of.
And what a shame. We were just saying to Frank Gardner how great the cars were going. There's Jonesy, who's taken Longhurst, but Longhurst definitely in trouble here.
Coming out of the last turn, the pits are on the right-hand side. The throttle is all the way to the floor, and Jimmy Richards coming down to take the checkered flag. So the ex-Kiwi will lead them across the line. Richards 1, Skaife 2, a 1-2 for Nissan in the opening round hostilities in the Shell Australian Touring Car Championship. Splendid performance, power performance from these 2. Rest of the field coming through now to finish off the race. Win Percy in car number 16, and Jim stopping to pick up the checkered flag. He certainly earned the victory here today at Sandown International Raceway.
What a crush. Jim Richards and the awesome Nissan GT-R absolutely decimating the field. Richo, congratulations. That was a fabulous way to start the new season. Reigning champion, you've done the business.
Well, yeah, it was a matter of sort of getting out in front and so on, trying to hold a gap over the rest of the field. We sort of chose a little bit softer tyre than we probably should have, and so we had to work it hard at the start and then drive it nice and easy towards the end, but it paid off.
No problems with the car?
No, car was perfect, no problem.